it's time to talk little brother. And for the first time this season,
Who?
little brother.
Who are they?
Michigan State, I guess.
Oh, we're
This
playing a
this
Mac
other
school. We're playing a Mac school this week, huh?
That's what it sounds like. It's interesting because normally we have special guests and we try to be respectful when we have a media guest who's giving their
That's
time.
right.
Well,
What
they
happened?
didn't want to come on and talk
No.
about
Weird.
Michigan
Weird.
State this week.
Yeah. So a little transparency to the audience. So we have tried to get we have gotten a guest for every team, have we not, John?
Every single team.
We reached out to multiple Michigan State representatives or people who covered the team, fans of the team. Listen, they're not having a good time. They don't want to come here and talk football. They know what's going down Saturday. I know it. You know it. They know it. We're rubbing their noses in it. I'm telling you right now. And I know there's a lot of fans. Hey, listen, and my dad's like this. My dad's one of those. It's a rivalry game. You never know what can happen. F that. We're rubbing their nose in it. I'm confident. I don't give a shit. Take notes, receipts, laminate it. I don't even care. I feel good about this game, John. And these people are too afraid, respectfully, to come talk ball on a podcast. And I'm gonna tell you what, there's nothing to be excited about. They have to live through Ohio State. That's what they're going through right now. They want their coach fired. They want their coach fired. So we're gonna do you a favor, guys. Little brother, don't say we never did nothing for you. We're gonna rub your nose in it. We're gonna beat your ass. And you know what? We're gonna help you get your coach fired. All right. That's our gift to you.
And Sherrone Moore talked about it, TJ, and his introduction to the rivalry was the 2018 season when Devin Bush, or 17 or 18, when Devin Bush was we had that whole lineup of Michigan State players and everything that was going on in that game. That was Sherrone Moore's first exposure to the rivalry, and you throw out the rule book, you do, right? Anything can happen. What I would say, Michigan's favored, according to FanDuel, who sponsors this segment. Thank you to FanDuel. Put in $5, get 300 in bonus bets. You got the link right there in the chat for that. Bet responsibly. But FanDuel has 14.5 Michigan favored, despite the fact that Michigan's going to East Lansing for this game. So Saturday, it'll actually be 7:45 p.m. Eastern on NBC. Right? So 7:45 NBC. And over-under is 49.5. So they expect a team to score, but that team is the Maize and Blue primarily.
How is Michigan State going to get any points if we get 50? Because they're projecting us to get 50. So how's Michigan State's not going to score, I guess. Okay.
And very recently we had a 49-0 game just 2 years ago with JJ Goat Carthy. There it is. And so I've got a couple of stats, and I will say this in all seriousness. Aiden Chiles is, in my opinion, a pretty good quarterback.
Quality.
Okay?
I agree. He is good. I agree.
He's a dual threat quarterback. He has the second highest amount of rushing yards on Michigan State's team. Aiden Chiles, he's got a 65% completion percentage, 10 for 3, 10 touchdowns to 3 interceptions. And he can run the ball. And so you have to watch out for that, have a spy for that. We did, of course, just deal with, I think, a similar type quarterback in Damon Williams. So at least the guys are ready. Wink is ready for a dual threat quarterback, given that we just had to deal with one on Saturday, right? So I think that's a decent part of this. I do think that the run game for them is somewhat decent. I mean, Mekhi Frazier is their highest rusher, 384. I mean, we have a significantly better running game than that. So I mean, I think their passing yards are almost at 1,500 for the season. So they have about double the passing yardage to the rushing yardage. So it does seem like they'll probably focus on their receivers with a sprinkling of Aiden Chiles, quarterback counter, RPO, things like that. Michigan's defense is going to probably need to just have a spy, factor in some of those things. What do you think? What do you think is going to need to happen to kind of shut down Michigan State's offense here?
I think the same game plan you had against Washington, you implement against Michigan State. Michigan State's offense is ranked 16th in the Big Ten, guys. 16th in the Big Ten. Not a very powerful offense. Look, they have obviously a respectable quarterback who's actually fairly efficient this year. 10 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. But do not let Chiles run. So what do, John? Same thing you did last week against Washington, right? You rush 4. You have everyone handle their gap and zone responsibilities. And you just take care of business. You stay persistent and consistent, dude. Persistent and consistency is the name of the game for this defense. Do not overrush. And if the buzz is true, and I know there's some people talking, actually, I haven't really heard too many people talk about it, but the buzz is true that LaMar Morgan is assisting in the game plan now. And I think the buzz is true, by the way. Then I expect the game plan to be similar. I do. Now, of course, Michigan has film on this. Michigan did adjust themselves from previous games. But yeah, I think you play the same way. You play gap responsible. Mm-hmm. You do not allow him to get outside. You contain him, right? You do not overcommit. You do not cut in. You do not lose gap responsibility. And then you can hold Chiles. And look, Nick Marsh is a legitimate threat. Okay. Nick Marsh is a legitimate threat. Omari Kelly has produced on a similar level to Nick Marsh. Now, not in terms of touchdowns, but yes, in terms of yards. So, look, there is some threat. Michigan State's offense is not even on the same level as Washington's offense, right? So, yeah. So, I mean, it's just to me, that's the same game plan is what you do, is how you attack it.
Yeah, heavy zone. And I think in addition to that, just making sure that when you're blitzing at the right times. You're not over blitzing, because those linebackers, right, if they stay where they're supposed to be, and everybody, and there's plenty of coverage, then what was Damon Williams not able to do last week? He wasn't able to find an open receiver like in the second half, because what did Wink do? He adjusted his game plan. He stopped blitzing so much, and it started looking a little bit more like Jesse Menner, less blitzing, more protections. And what happened? They weren't able to do anything in the second half.
Right. And exactly. And you also do not let him improvise with his legs. That was the other thing we did to Williams. We didn't let him get out. We didn't let him improvise. We kept him like, dude, he wanted to run. But the other thing too is our linebackers are playing really well too. I mean, we just are. Like, our back 7 did their job. So yeah, I mean, I think you just implement that same game plan.